I just want you guys to look at my hat. We're gonna jump right into this. 4 things I hate about pro wrestlers. Starting with number 1. Wrestlers who use all your goddamn wrist tape, especially if it was white. Know how you doing, but the first thing you ask when you walk through the locker room is if anybody got some goddamn wrist tape.
Anybody got some tape?
You got some wrist tape I can borrow?
How you gonna use all the wrist tape that somebody gave you and you only give them back 1 strip? Hell, sometimes you even give them the whole roll with nothing on it. When you're done with the whole roll, you could at least throw it away. But no, what they decide to do after they use all your wrist tape want to come up and explain to you what their whole gimmick is and why they use all of your roll.
Oh, well, the reason being I use all your wrist tape is because I have this move called the Power of the Show You Can, right?
And while you're elaborating on a moveset that person can care less for, this is their thought process because you used all of the wrist tape.
Or do a straight punch. Or sometimes,
Man, this fool to use all my wrist tape. Big leaguers and indie wrestlers alike, allow me to give you some advice. Buy your own! It costs $6 to $8 for a 4-pack at a sporting store.
Well, I do this because I like to interact with people.
Well, that's fine. You only do this because 1, you're broke. Start charging y'all 50 cents a strip since you want to use so much. On to the next. 2. Wrestlers who don't wash their freaking gear. Now, you know what? Let me get appropriate for this part right here. This gentleman, quick. Get tight. Huh, lost my damn hat. There we go. Wrestlers who don't wash their freaking gear. Ain't no man or woman trying to lock up with you and you smell like 3-day-old hot dog water and cat urine. Just because you burnt your sense of smell don't mean you gotta destroy ours. Unlike you, I still want to smell freshly baked muffins, thank you very much. I'll never forget this time that I traveled with these group of wrestlers, right? And we were going to a show out in this trash city, which is known as New Jersey. New Jersey's trash and I stand on that. And while traveling to our destination, these wrestlers were explaining to me how important it was to get booked on big shows to get more exposure. But you wanna know what else was important? Me trying to breathe. I was trying to keep my air pure because 1, I was in Jersey. 2, the car smelled like 8-month rotten meat that was left out in a hot sun in the summertime. Now once we arrived to the venue, 2 of the wrestlers I traveled with opened their bags to change. The moment they opened the zipper and lifted a little flail up to reach inside to grab their gear. You ever smell something so bad that you could taste it? Yeah, and I'll never forget these guys' solution to their stench problem because they left a very bad scent throughout the whole building. They decided to get body spray and to spray their wrestling gear and themselves to make sure that the scent goes away. You just enhanced it and made it 10 times worse, especially with these high school body sprays. Why would you do that to us? And let this be another lesson. If you got time to get booked, you got time to wash your gear. Stop being dirty and wash yourself. You gotta get this off. I ain't struggling. There we go. 3. Wrestlers who do too much. Instead of 3, they could have added 1 more so that they can even it out. Chill out, like you doing way too much. Cause when you take highly effective moves and you're using it as just like a regular move and they kick out at 1 or 2, it's not that effective like it used to be. Cause it's just like, what's the point? We could just do it just to show off how great your cardio is, which is fantastic, but it doesn't mean anything.
Well, there's always something out there for everybody.
No, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And lastly, number 4, wrestlers who take themselves way too serious. And every wrestler that tries too hard always act like this.
I'm always serious. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When I speak, you listen. When I walk through the room, you stand at attention. When I shout, when I yell, I make sure I get my points across. Point blank, period.
Just stop. Cause dog, we all see right through you. Whether you're in the big leagues, indies, or aspiring pro wrestler to be. Let me ask you this question. What do wrestlers do that you don't like? Leave your comment below. Let's get into it. Deuces.
When the fuck, they inspire my creations. Big gas and slutty paper. Recipe